Today, as the country marks the one-year anniversary of the fighting, Ukraine braces for a new offensive from Russia. That means more aid will be needed, including medical. Doctors and materials have poured into the country from all around the world, including from the longest-running nonprofit supporting Ukraine here in our state, Chalice of Mercy, based in Chippewa Falls. And we are joined now by Valentyna Pavsyukova. She is the founder of Chalice of Mercy. So, Valentyna, what do you remember from 1 year ago, whether it was your emotions, how hard it was to reach family and friends back there?
Yes, it was very late night for me. I was preparing my calendar for the upcoming year of events and missions. So usually I'm very booked. I don't have a spare weekend, let's say, or everything is occupied by the mission work. So, and finally we were excited because we can restart many things that we couldn't during the COVID time. So, and then I have received this horrible news that first missiles have hit Kyiv, and I have many friends who live there. So it was just absolutely, let's say, pierced my heart. And I had two choices, either to just go in devastation or basically to begin completely rewire entire mission work towards helping right now immediately my country and my people who are suffering, begin to suffer horribly already since the day one.
Okay, so you mentioned rewire. You began this Chalice of Mercy in 2007. So what does rewiring mean in terms of how things have changed for what you are doing for your fundraising, your medical aid efforts?
Yes, so for many years, particularly since 2011, I have been working with Ukrainian doctors, primarily OBGYN doctors. I was organizing many medical missions because now the war, which started a year ago, is only, let's say, it is a full invasion, right? But the war actually started 9 years ago in Ukraine. Mm-hmm. So for many years, Chalice of Mercy with my team, we were taking care of people who lived in the previous war zone. It was called a gray zone at that time. Obviously, when the full invasion of Russia happened on February 24th, we needed to organize different ways of shipping medical, surgical supplies, medical, tactical supplies as well, and clothing, food, everything, you know, because all of a sudden it became to be emergency aid. And I begin to seek for every possible avenue, first of all, finding supplies, and then finding the ways how we're going to ship this really quick and how it's going to get to the front line. So it was a lot of preparation needed to be happening and establishing a warehouse, which we place renting in Zaporizhia. That's the city I'm from. I'm originally from Zaporizhia. So, but I live here in America for 21 years. But exactly as you mentioned, since 2007, Chalice of Mercy, when the mission began, you know, it was completely focused on helping my people in Ukraine. So the last 15 years of my 21 year in America was just this particularly desire in my heart, really deep, to help my people in every possible way I could. And primarily it was medical care.
Well, you have an upcoming trip in the near future where you'll be bringing more medical supplies, medical care to the region, working with people there, especially displaced people from Mariupol, from what I understand. You made your home in Wisconsin. You've been here since you started Chalice of Mercy. I'm curious, what have you found Wisconsinites' response to be to this crisis?
Yes, so again, as I have mentioned, I begin to finding all of the necessary contacts, you know, and first I was reaching out to the La Crosse diocese, to the Bishop of La Crosse diocese, the diocese that I belong to, and Catholic churches participate. They were my first shoulders, you know, my first hands. And very first 2 weeks, we organized about 74 pallets of emergency aid supplies, starting from food, clothing, and medical supplies. And we shipped that, and then it never really stopped. So people in Wisconsin have been so generous. I mean, every single day there's somebody reaching out, and we received donations. We received such a generosity of people, just amazed me. And they care for people, just suffering people in Ukraine from very unjust and brutal war, full invasion. And so since that time, we have actually shipped, if we were to purchase, we didn't purchase these items. Most all items we didn't purchase, they were donated. But if we are to purchase, it would be a value of $25 million. Imagine. So that's how generosity of people in Wisconsin, in the Twin Cities, in Minnesota, particular organizations like Matter International and MAP International, Mayo Clinic, they immediately were first to respond to my request and providing me the most quality medical supplies and medical equipment that I needed.